On Friday evening, the MSNBC host Chris Hayes sent out a tweet that electrified online conservatives as gross and cynical and hypocritical as the right's "what about Bill Clinton" stuff is. It's also true that Democrats and the center-left are overdue for a real reckoning with the allegations against him. Hayes' tweet inspired stories on Glenn Beck's The Blaze, Breitbart and The Daily Caller, all apparently eager to use the Clinton scandals to derail discussions about Roy Moore, the Republican nominee for the United States Senate in Alabama, who is accused of sexually assaulting minors. Yet despite the right's evident bad faith, I agree with Hayes. In this Me Too moment, when we're reassessing decades of male misbehavior and turning open secrets into exposes, we should look clearly at the credible evidence that Juanita Broadrick told the truth when she accused Clinton of raping her. But revisiting the Clinton scandals in light of today's politics is complicated as well as painful. Democrats are guilty of apologizing for Clinton when they should have. At the same time, looking back at the smear campaign against the Clintons shows we can't treat the feminist injunction to believe women as absolute. Writing at crooked.com, Brian Beutler warns that in future elections, right-wing propaganda will exploit the progressive commitment to always taking sexual abuse charges seriously. It's easy to imagine an outlet like Breitbart leveraging the "Believe Women" rallying cry to force mainstream media coverage of dubious accusations. The Clinton years, in which epistemological warfare emerged as a key part of the Republican political arsenal, show us why we should be wary of allegations that bubble up from the right-wing press. At the time, the reactionary billionaire Richard Mellon Scaife was bankrolling the Arkansas Project, which David Brock, the former right-wing journalist who played a major role in it, described as a multi-million-dollar dirty tricks operation against the Clintons. Various figures in conservative media accused Bill Clinton of murder, drug running and using state troopers as pimps. Brock alleges that right-wing figures funneled money to some of Clinton's accusers. In this environment, it would have been absurd to take accusations of assault and harassment made against Clinton at face value. On Monday, Caitlin Flanagan, perhaps taking up Hayes' challenge, urged liberals to remember some of what Clinton is said to have done. Kathleen Willey said that she met him in the Oval Office for personal and professional advice and that he groped her, rubbed his erect penis on her, and pushed her hand to his crotch, Flanagan wrote, recalling the charges Willey first made in 1998. It sounds both familiar and plausible. But Willey also accused the Clintons of having her husband and then her cat killed. Must we believe that, too? Similarly, there are reasons to be at least unsure about Paula Jonas' claim that Clinton exposed himself to her and demanded oral sex. Jones was championed by people engaged in what Ann Coulter once proudly called a small, intricately knit right-wing conspiracy to bring down the president. She described distinguishing characteristics of Clinton's penis that turned out to be inaccurate. Her sister insisted to Sidney Blumenthal, then a New Yorker writer, that she was lying. Should feminists have backed her anyway? I'm still not sure, but the evidence was less definitive than that against Harvey Weinstein, Trump or more. Of the Clinton accusers, the one who haunts me is Broadrick. The story she tells about Clinton recalls those we've heard about Weinstein. She claimed they had plans to meet in a hotel coffee shop, but at the last minute he asked to come up to her hotel room instead, where he raped her. 5 witnesses said she confided in them about the assault right after it happened. It's true that she denied the rape in an affidavit to Paula Jonas' lawyers, before changing her story when talking to federal investigators. But her explanation, that she didn't want to go public but couldn't lie to the FBI, makes sense. Put simply, I believe her. What to do with that belief contemplating this history is excruciating, in part because of the way it has been weaponized against Hillary Clinton. Broadrick sees her as complicit, interpreting something Hillary once said to her at a political event: "I want you to know that we appreciate everything you do for Bill," as a veiled threat instead of a rote greeting. This seems wildly unlikely. Broadrick was decades away from going public, and most reporting about the Clinton marriage shows Bill going to great lengths to hide his betrayals. Nevertheless, one of the sick ironies of the 2016 campaign was that it was Hillary who had to pay the political price for Bill's misdeeds, as they were trotted out to deflect attention from Trump's well-documented transgressions. And now they're being trotted out again. It's fair to conclude that because of Broadrick's allegations, Bill Clinton no longer has a place in decent society. But we should remember that it's not simply partisan tribalism that led liberals to doubt her. Discerning what might be true in a blizzard of lies isn't easy, and the people who spread those lies don't get to claim the moral high ground. We should err on the side of believing women, but sometimes that belief will be used against us.